Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and perfect. So, Brian, for you, you'll
I
tell
am
us
fine,
what you
thank
do.
you.
Yes, tell us what you do and the type of shoe you wore today.
Okay, I'm a civil engineer by profession, and I wore Clarks today.
You wore
Yes,
what?
Clarks.
Oh, ah, good, good. Job, you'll tell me when our presenter is almost, then we can start officially. So, guys, the meeting hasn't started. I'm still waiting for people to join. The number that I want has not yet been met. Let's see, tuchokoze nani mwingine. We have Techno CK6 before you overheat. Hi, Techno.
Hi, to communicate to know it's me.
Yes, Techno. Tell us, Techno, who are you?
Ah, I had changed my name before, but it's okay. My
Oh,
name is my name is Rotaract Juliet from the Rotaract Club of Nanyuki. So I had left the meeting briefly. Is there anything I need to say?
you hadn't talked before,
Oh, my
right?
first, yeah.
So, tell us. So, I don't think you had spoken earlier, hadn't you? No.
No,
So, just repeat again, probably your name, the club, and your dream phone.
my okay.
Yes.
So my name is Rotaract Juliet from the Rotaract Club of Nanyuki. My classification is education. So funny enough, um, if I do not have to check anything on my WhatsApp or email, I prefer a break phone, kabambe. So they just made
If,
Nokias
if,
again.
if
I'd
money was
appreciate
not
that.
a factor, if we dumped you into a store that sells phones and we tell you to pick, you usually go for Kabambi.
Yeah, and this techno. Yeah.
Great, that's great. Who do you want me to get? Scrolling for people that have no idea who I do not know them nicely. Kevin, did you talk? Did you say hi? I don't think so.
You said Kevin.
Yes, yes, Kevin. How are
Hi,
you?
hi, hi, hi. Hi, Ben. I'm good.
How was your day?
My day was okay. Uh, I closed the day a bit early for the meeting.
Okay, okay. What do you do and what are you looking forward to do tomorrow? What is in your to-do list for tomorrow?
Uh, um, I'm an engineer by profession in the telco space. Um, uh, what I'm looking forward towards tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm expecting to host my in-laws, and I'm excited for that. All through the weekend. Yeah.
You can pin the location, then all of us we can crash and
Coast. Drop down.
we are taking the 12K one.
Perfect.
We will not do.
Rather the airports are not working. Just take it off, Kevin. So
Okay, so guys, on behalf of I'm standing in for the president, so for who are worried why you've been talking, um, I'm standing in for appraisal. So when I start making promises and giving you the crazy timelines, just know it's 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 the presidential effect. So we start off our meeting officially with the national anthem. Let me look for. Give a brother a minute to maneuver. All right, guys, you can see my screen.
Yes, we can, President Ben.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining. For all the new members, this is a Rotary meeting, and specifically this is Rotary Jabali. As the indication there, Jabali has been in existence from July 2022, and our slogan is being a dependable family. Then we'll have our national anthem, and in random, let me see, wasn't spoken to do as the national anthem. Austin, we didn't catch you the other time. Hi, Austin. We'll have Fanny. Fanny, you can give us, you can lead us, not give us, you can lead us in the national anthem, whichever verse. Fanny. Jacinta. Magoma national anthem.
Hi, Ben.
Hi. Lead us on the national anthem.
Okay.
Yes.
O God of creation, bless this our land and nation. Justice be our shield and defender. May we dwell in unity, peace, and liberty. Plenty be found within our borders.
Thank you very much. Then we'll have the Rotary Grace by Vicky.
The Rotary Grace, O God and giver of all that is good, we thank thee for our daily food. The Rotary friends and Rotary ways, help us serve thee all our days. Amen.
Thank you. Then Objects of Rotary by, let's see. Jessica. Jessica, you can lead us on.
Hi.
Hi, Jessica.
I'm new, so I'm just supposed to read out the objectives.
Yes.
Okay, the objective of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular, to encourage and foster 1, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. 2nd, high ethical standards in business and professions, the recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations, and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. 3rd, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. And 4th, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service.
That was perfect. Thank you very much. So guys, for who are not aware, for those who are not aware, we sadly lost a fellow Rotarian from the Rotary Club of Westlands. And before we kick off to our presentation of the day, we'd like to observe a moment of silence in memory of the past president of the Rotary Club of Westlands. A moment of silence. Thank you very much. It was a really sad event in Rotary. Kicking off to a presentation, I'll give Mr. Job the floor to take us through our presenter for the day. Job.
Thank you, President Ben. So it's my pleasure to introduce the guest for our session tonight. So Joan is a career coach with a strong HR background and proven track record for achieving results. She excels at career coaching, interview preparation, presenting client skills in a compelling manner, and boosting client confidence in the process. She founded JoanwinningCV with the belief that every job seeker, no matter the level of employment or industry, needs a well-crafted CV. A 5-star optimized LinkedIn profile and a cover letter that tells the story of the career and makes the reader sit up and take notice. Joan is on a mission to help individuals obliterate the glass ceiling, so all the way up the corporate ladder and take a seat at the big boss table where they belong. She utilizes her expertise to help individuals overcome self-doubt so that they can confidently articulate their value on paper, online, and in person, and position themselves for success in today's highly competitive job market, both globally and locally. After working with the clients have, one, landed their dream jobs, secondly, doubled their previous salary after almost giving up hope from months of no interviews, third, gone from absolutely no callbacks to several interviews lined up, fourth, been recruited for high-level positions, and finally, built enough confidence to actually turn down offers simply because they were not the right fit. Storytelling is in her blood. Utilizing this skill set, she authored Purposeless Bride and recently published a podcast dubbed Careerwise, which seeks to help individuals scale uppers in their career journey. She has also featured in TV and radio shows. Some of these shows include Career Danger Science by NTV, interview writing by Radio Maisha, use of social media for employment opportunities by Blaze Spaces, and finally, qualifications versus experiences by Family Radio. Family of Rotary, friends of Rotary Jabali, and guests, please help me introduce Joan Thuo. Thank you, and back to you, President Ben.
Thank you, Muchia. Joan, the floor is yours.
Sorry, thank you so much for that amazing introduction. And thank you so much also for inviting me. It's such an honor and a privilege to be here this evening. So as you've heard, my name is Joan. I'm a career coach, and I hope that today we, after our discussion, we'll walk away with something that is going to help us in our career. Maybe you can just start off by letting me know in the chat box, what is the one thing that you would want to get out of this session? You can let me know in the chat box, what is the one thing that you'd want to gain out of this session? Please let me know in the chat box. Let me know in the chat box. What are your expectations coming into this meeting? So Anne is saying salary negotiation. Let me know in the chat box, what is your expectation coming into this training? What is the one thing that you'd want to walk away with? Winnie is saying finding opportunities. Emmanuel is saying how to answer what's your weakness. And maybe you can also let me know in the chat box. Are you currently working, and how many years of work experience do you have? You can let me know in the chat box. Are you currently working, and how many years of work experience do you have? Let me know in the chat box. Are you currently working, and how many years of work experience do you have? Emmanuel is saying 5 years, currently working. Let me know, utilize the chat box. Let me know if you're currently working and how many years of work experience you have. And also let me know what do you want to gain out of this session. So I think today we are going to cover personal branding. All right. Ben Kimani saying currently working 10 years. Kelvin managing office politics while remaining integral. Working 5 years. Kenneth Dyer, how to understand if an organization is a good fit for me during an interview. Sally, currently working with 5 years experience. Looking forward to learn how I can craft my CV to get job interviews. Virginia is saying 3 years in the telco space sales. I would like to know how to position myself as a brand. Clement Mwangi, customer experience, 12 years. And career progression. Mercy, how to negotiate salary and create opportunities within your environment. How to upgrade to management. That is Ben Kimani. So please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. Maybe your mic has gone on by mistake. Please mute.
KDB's got a problem. As an example, it will probably happen, or a combination of that.
All right. So we are going to start with personal branding. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to speak about everything else, but I will try and answer as many questions as I possibly can. And I hope that is going to be okay. So I want you to take a look at the screen. I want you to take a look at the screen. And I want you to look at, so I first want you to look at this CV, and I want you to just have a mental picture of it. I hope you can all see my screen. So I want you to look at that CV. And I also want you to look at this second CV. This one. So this is CV number 2. That is CV number 2. And just take a mental picture, and I want you to look at this CV number 1. So I want you to let me know in the chat box, the CV that you currently have, does it look like this CV number 1, or does it look like this CV number 2? Let me know in the chat box. Does your CV look like this CV number 1, or does it look like this CV number 2? Let me know in the chat box. So Eric Mogo is saying number 1. Mine looks like number 1. This is number 1. Number 1. Emmanuel says number 2. Regina says number 1. Flo says number 1. Eva number 1. CV number 1. So most of us number 1, number 2. Miss Gaia says I have both, which is good. Number 1, number 1, number 2, number 1, number 2. All right, so I think Sandra has both. I think it's safe to say that most of us, our CVs look like this. Most of our CVs look like this. So this CV, the CV that you're looking at right now, the CV number 1 is an ATS compliant CV. And as you can see, it's completely different. It's completely different from this other CV. Completely different. It's like night and day. You can see that this second CV is visually attractive because this CV is tailored for a human being, whilst this first CV, yes, it's neat, but it's a little bit more wordy than the first one. So I want us to go through this ATS CV for a little bit. So as you can see, it's 3 pages. This CV is 3 pages. And the sections that I have, obviously I have my name, I have my title, career coach, learning and development. I have my contact details down there. So I also have words under my title that highlight my skills. So these are the exact same words that you'd also have underneath your name on LinkedIn. So I've looked for as many words as possible that if someone was looking at me on LinkedIn, or if you read these words and you've not read any other thing on my CV, you have a rough idea about what I do: leadership, training, curriculum development, project management, talent management, performance management, employee retention, HR, communication, team building, learning and development, partnership, career assessment, resume writing, and LinkedIn training. So even before you read any other thing on my CV, you can have a rough idea about what my skill set is just from those words that are underneath my title. And then we have the summary section. And then I've put my professional strengths, and then a professional experience. And then I've put achievements, education, and lastly, awards. As you can see, there are no referees on this CV. So in 2024, we do not put referees on your CV. We also do not say that references available upon request. If you have something like that on your CV, please remove it right now. Open your laptop and delete. If you have written something like referees available upon request, delete that section. So in 2024, we do not put referees, we do not say referees available upon request. We try and keep the CV as short as possible. So this, so the ATS compliant CV, what it does is you want to ensure that the keywords that are featuring on the job description are also featuring on your CV. Because the ATS software, the reason why it's called ATS compliant CV is because it's tailored for the ATS software. So nowadays, your CV is going to be vetted by a software before it lands the HR desk. So you need to ensure that your CV can pass the test. If they ask you to upload a CV online and they have the ATS software, and then you upload this kind of CV, yes, it's a good CV. The second CV, it's a good CV, but then it is not ATS compliant. So someone else who is less qualified than you, who has a CV that is more ATS compliant, will probably get shortlisted and you might be left out. So anytime you are applying for a job and they ask you to upload a CV online, you always upload an ATS compliant CV. And this is the first CV that you're looking at. If you see a job and they're telling you to send your CV to a specific email address, or somebody reaches out to you on LinkedIn and they ask you for your CV, you send this CV. Because this CV is tailored for a human being, it's visually attractive. You can see the sections on this CV are not the same as the ones that I have put on this ATS CV. And we are recording this session, so you'll be able to get the recording and you can check the sections that I've put on my ATS compliant CV, and you can just try and see whether you can put that on your CV as well. This modern CV, the sections are a bit different, as you can see. Even the way I have laid out, even the layout of this CV is completely different. You can see on this CV, you are able to see things more easily. The information is right there on your face. So you can see the summary on one part, education on another, work experience on one part, strengths on another. Then I've used some infographics to highlight my industry expertise. I have put the awards, but you can see the way the awards are laid out here is completely different from how the awards are laid out in the ATS compliant CV. So in the modern CV, we try as much as possible to make everything visually attractive. I've also put books, which also makes the CV attractive to look at. As you can see on the ATS compliant CV, there are no books, there are no infographics. The color used is just black, and then blue to highlight the topics. But by and large, this CV is very wordy as compared to this CV. And then I've put where you can find me online. So it's very important that you have the two CVs. If you're in a season where you are really applying for jobs, it's going to be very important that you have these two CVs, so that if you see a job and they're asking you to upload a CV, you upload the ATS compliant CV. If you see a job and they're telling you to send a CV to a particular email address, or a recruiter, hiring manager reaches out to you and tells you, please send me your CV as soon as possible, you are sending the modern CV. Having your documents ready, having a good modern CV and an ATS CV on standby is going to significantly reduce your stress as you're making job applications. You don't want to see a job that you want, and then that is the time when you're trying to build your CV from scratch. It's not going to be a very good experience. You want to ensure that you have your documents ready, so that when you see a job and you want to apply for this job, you can easily send in the documents. And of course, both the CVs, they need to be well done. So as you can see, these two documents, they look very professional. You want to try and ensure that your CV is free from any grammatical errors, syntax errors. You want to ensure that the spacing is even, that when someone sees your CV, even before they have met you, they have a rough idea about who you are and what you'd potentially bring to the table. Because your CV is going to go ahead of you. Even before they have met you, they are going to interact with your CV. So you want to ensure that your CV is giving a good first impression before they call you, before they decide whether or not they want to schedule you for an interview. Your CV needs to give a good first impression. So I don't know if we have any questions. I don't know if you have questions until that point. Winnie is asking, meaning there's need to have both CVs? Absolutely. So if you are in a season where you're applying for jobs, you want to ensure you have both the modern CV and the ATS CV. When they ask you to send your CV to a specific email address, you use the modern CV, you use this CV. And then when you're applying to a job and they ask you to upload your CV online, you are uploading the ATS compliant CV. Anytime they ask you to upload a CV online, and this is going to happen when you're making a job application to multinationals. Multinationals, when you're applying to a multinational, you can rest assured that there are thousands of people applying to those organizations. If you apply for a job at IBM, you can rest assured that there are thousands of people applying. So a human being is not going to go through 1,000 CVs. They will need the help of a software that is going to shortlist some CVs, and then those CVs that are shortlisted are the ones that are going to be sent to HR. Then HR is going to decide how many CVs are going to be shortlisted from that long list. Emmanuel is asking, what is ATS? As I said, ATS stands for Applicant Tracking System. Applicant Tracking System. So many of these multinationals, World Bank, MasterCard Foundation, IBM, Cisco, Google, most of these big organizations have an ATS software. Any organization you apply to and you suspect that there are thousands of people applying, they probably have the ATS software, and the software is going to shortlist the CVs before they land the HR's desk. So you need a CV that is ATS compliant. So every time you're applying for a job and they ask you to upload a CV online, upload the ATS CV just to be on the safe side. So both your CVs are going to go a long way in your personal branding. So when you send your CV and it has spelling mistakes, the formatting is not right, you're not giving an impression that you have a very strong brand. So the reason why you need to ensure that your CV is, any CV that you send is professionally done, is to just build your own personal brand. You need to ensure that you have a strong personal brand. And speaking of personal brand, I also want us to talk a little bit about the LinkedIn profile. I want us to talk about the LinkedIn profile. And maybe you can let me know in the chat box. How many of us, first tell me in the chat box, do you have a LinkedIn profile to start with? And when was the last time you uploaded anything on your LinkedIn profile? When was the last time you uploaded anything on your LinkedIn profile? Let me know. Please let me know. Do you have a LinkedIn profile, first of all? And when was the last time you uploaded anything on your LinkedIn profile? Please let me know in the chat box. So I want us to talk about the LinkedIn profile. Please don't read my inboxes. Let me know. Do you have a LinkedIn profile, and when was the last time you uploaded? So Floss is saying, yes, I do. I made a post today. I uploaded this week. Jamal is saying, yes, uploaded this week. I do on Monday. That this is Wanjiro Kinothia. Sally, yes, I do. A few weeks ago. Kennedy, yes, 3 weeks ago. Diana Kaburu, I have a LinkedIn profile and I uploaded last week on Wednesday. A week ago, that's Ben Kimani. Austin is saying yes, and a few weeks ago. Wangari is saying, I do months ago. Regina, yes, I have a LinkedIn profile I uploaded a few weeks ago. Winnie, I do, but not posted in very long. And yes, about 3 weeks ago. So the first thing I want to say is that how the LinkedIn algorithm works is, if I come here on the search bar and I'm looking for finance professionals, so let's say head of finance. So let's say I'm a recruiter and I'm looking for head of finance. The people who are going to pop up on my feed when I search head of finance are the people who uploaded something recently. So anyone who posted something on their LinkedIn last week or 3 weeks ago or last year, even if they are qualified, they're not going to pop up. They're not going to pop up on my feed. And if they're going to pop up, they'll be the very last ones. You see how many people, it's until 100. So there's so many people. So if you do not post anything on your page, or there's no activity on your page, your profile is never going to pop up. So the reason why I can see Karen and I can see this Robert and I can see Peter, it's because they've been active on LinkedIn, and that is where their profiles are popping up when I type head of finance. Please mute your mic. So you could have the best LinkedIn profile in the world. You could have a 5-star LinkedIn profile, but if you're not active, and I'm going to please mute your mic, or someone kindly, you can help us to mute everyone, because maybe someone just unmuted by mistake. So you could have the best LinkedIn profile in the world, but then if you're not active on the platform, if you do not comment on other people's posts, if you don't like other people's posts, if you don't put out content around your subject matter area, your profile is never going to pop up. Something as simple as updating your profile picture, that is activity on your LinkedIn profile. Something as simple as updating your LinkedIn photo, something as easy as updating your title on your LinkedIn profile. that is still some activity. So at least if you're in a season where you are seriously looking for a job, your LinkedIn activity, you must have some activity on your profile every single day. You must have some activity on your profile. It could be you're commenting on other people's, you're liking other people's posts, you're commenting on other people's posts. If you don't have your own post, you're sharing something that you read recently. But there's got to be some activity on your LinkedIn profile. It's the only way your profile is going to pop up when someone is looking for a professional with your qualifications. Remember, every day there are talent scouts, there are recruiters, there are hiring managers on LinkedIn looking for talent every single day. There are recruiters across the world, not just Kenya. Every day there are people who have been paid, they've been paid to look for you. Their KPI is how many views they can find on LinkedIn. So every day you're not active on LinkedIn is a day that you're potentially missing out on an opportunity. Every day you're not active is a day that you're missing to be found by a recruiter. Because again, finding the right candidate, it's trying to look for a needle in a haystack. So you need to help the recruiter be able to find you. And how you help the recruiter find you is by being active on the platform. Of course, also your LinkedIn profile needs to look very good. It needs to look professional. Again, this builds on your personal brand. How your CV builds on your personal brand. How your LinkedIn profile looks builds on your personal brand. So I want you to open your LinkedIn profile wherever you are and try and see, do you have a good cover photo? This part, the cover photo. Because when I go to your LinkedIn profile, the first thing I'm going to see, even before I look at your profile picture, is your cover photo. Some of us, we are finance professionals, but there's a forest and there's a river and a lake on your cover photo. So I wonder how the lake and finance are coming together. I really wonder. Some of us, our cover photo, this place, they're very funny images. So it being plain is not good, but if it had better be plain as opposed to being a forest and you're a doctor, or you've put like something strange that is not in any way related to your career. So the cover photo, it has got to be related to what you're doing. If not, just let it be plain. Your cover photo is also very important, because the first thing that someone is going to see when they check your LinkedIn profile, they're going to see your cover photo, and then they're going to see your profile photo. So please ensure that, first of all, you are looking straight at us. It's not a selfie. You've not cropped out a photo that you took in 2013. You're not wearing a t-shirt written Sengenge ni ng'ombe. It cannot work. The photo that you put on your LinkedIn profile, it needs to be a professional photo. It needs to be well done. It's going to go a long way in your brand. Then, of course, your name, and underneath your name, you have to put keywords that if a talent scout or a recruiter or a hiring manager puts any of these words on the search bar, your profile is going to pop up. So these words underneath your name are the words that a recruiter or a hiring manager can find you by. So if you only have one thing underneath your name, you need to add. So you're basically adding your skill set. You're basically adding, when you go to work, why are you being paid? And maybe you can let me know in the chat box. Why do you think you're paid? When you go to work, what skills are your bread and your butter? If you didn't have that skill, there's no way you'd have gotten your current job. Maybe you can let me know in the chat box. What skills are your bread and your butter? when you're being paid, when you receive your salary at the end of the month, they are paying you because of why? Is it because of the accounts you have reconciled? Are you being paid because of the admin work that you do? Are you being paid because you manage people? Why do you think you're paid at the end of the month? What skill set is your bread and your butter? Please attempt and let me know in the chat box. When you're receiving your salary, why? What skill are they paying you for? Please let me know. Please let me know in the chat box. I just need 2 people so that I can see, so that I see we are together. When you're receiving your salary at the end of the month, why do you think you're being paid? What work are you being paid for? I just want 1 or 2 skills that you believe, without these ones, I don't think I'd be getting a salary. What skills are those? Regina is saying sales. So by the time you're receiving your salary, it's because you have closed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 sales. Another person, I just want 3 people to ensure that we are on the same track. Data analysis, Jacinta Matata. Legal expertise and advice, but that is so broad. Can you break it down a little bit? Exceptional customer service, Jessica. Spatial data mapping, Monica. Systems administration, consumption analysis, material planning, client management, audit. So if these words are not there on your LinkedIn profile underneath your name, please add them. Please add them underneath your name. So like for Diana, you see, legal expertise, that is so broad, specifically in what? Because by the time you're receiving a salary, there's a reason why you're being paid because of some work that you have done. What skill do you believe is your bread and your butter? That is what you put underneath your name. So for me, it's LinkedIn profile writer. That is what I get paid to do. I get paid to write LinkedIn profiles, to write CVs, to prepare people for interviews, to do career coaching, to do career counseling, to do career mapping, to help people in their job search. That when I'm being paid, that is what someone is paying for. So what do you believe, what skill do you believe when you're getting your salary at the end of the month, this is what they are paying me for? So that is what you put underneath your name on your LinkedIn profile. Then, so this part, the analytics part, and this part is private to you. Only you can be able to see how many profile views you have. I hope you can be able to see your screen. How many profile views you have, how many post impressions you have, and how many times your profile is appearing in searches. If this number is 0, it means there are no recruiters hiring man. There's no one who's looking for you, and that means there's something that you're probably not doing correct. So these analytics are normally very important because you might do something on your LinkedIn profile and you realize, my search appearances have gone so high, or my post impressions have gone so high, or my profile views have gone so high. So what is it? What did I do, and can I keep doing it? If you realize there's a dip, again, you're going to ask yourself, what was I doing before and I'm not doing anymore? So I hope we are together. Then the other part of the LinkedIn profile that is important is the about section. So unlike the CV, you see this part is so long and it is so detailed. And the good thing about the LinkedIn profile, there's no limit about the information that you can put. You can go all out. When someone comes on your LinkedIn profile, they have time. They come ready with time to read your profile. So they're not in a hurry. So you want to give as much detail as you possibly can. You want to ensure by the time they are done with your LinkedIn profile, they are calling you for an interview. So this about section is usually very important. And then the other section that is important on your LinkedIn is the featured section. So, and you can see all this is before I've not gotten to the work experience yet. All these sections are there even before we get to the work experience. So the featured section is important because it's at the top there. So even before somebody reads your work experience, you can be able to feature 3 things that you want the recruiter and hiring manager to see first, even before they've gone to your work experience. So it could be an award that you received, or you recently met the president of France, and you had this interaction about A, B, C, and D. That maybe that is something worth featuring on your LinkedIn profile. So you want to feature articles or events or awards, or a very significant key achievement that you'd want the hiring manager or recruiter to see even before they have gone to your work experience. And then, of course, now underneath the featured section is now the work experience. Again, you'll need to give details. There's in the LinkedIn profile, there's no limit of words, so you can give as much detail. Ensure that all the places where you have worked, there are details explaining the things that you used to do in that specific organization. And then there's the education section, which is very important. The reason why I normally insist that you ensure you have put all the places where you have worked is because LinkedIn is a platform that can help you network. So the people that you went to campus with or high school with, it's easy for you to find them on LinkedIn, and they're going to be very accommodating of you if you went to the same high school, even if you did not go the same year. So the people you went to university with, even if you did not do the same course or you're not there the same year, just the fact that you both went to the same university can be what opens the door for you. So the education part on the LinkedIn profile is very important. Also, the recommendations. So the people who have recommended you on LinkedIn, very important. If there are people who are well recognized in the field that you're in, that is going to really boost your LinkedIn profile. So I don't know if we have any questions until there. Please, if your mic is not muted, please mute your mic. Or I think someone is going, I don't know who is in charge of the meeting. You can ensure that you've muted everyone. But please let me know in the chat box if you have any questions until that part. Let me know. Let me know if you have any questions until that point.
I have a question. Joan, are you with us?
Sorry, my mic had been muted. Yes, so I'm saying you can either put the question in the chat box or you can go ahead and ask the question. So the people who have questions, I think they've raised their hands. Maybe the host can unmute one by one.
Hi, Joan. My question was, when do you use CV1 and 2? I think I missed. I only remember that you upload CV1 when you are asked to upload. When do you use CV2?
So the ATS compliant CV, anytime they ask you to upload a CV online, when you're making a job application and they tell you upload your CV on this section, always upload the ATS compliant CV. If you're sending a CV to a specific email address, you always send the modern CV. I hope it's clear.
Yeah, well put. Thank you.
All right.
I can go next. So
Yes.
I had a little sneak on your analytics, and your numbers were very impressive. Question is, were those numbers derived organically by what you've said in terms of doing updates, optimizing your keywords, or was that achieved probably by the ad feature in LinkedIn?
So those numbers were actually derived organically. I don't run any ads on LinkedIn. I don't sponsor any posts on LinkedIn. However, it's the platform that I think I have the highest number of followers and the highest number of interactions and impressions are etc. And all that is organic. It has just been derived by the frequency of posting, the quality of the posts, and all these things that I'm telling you to do. So the reason why I mentioned the things that you need to do is because I have seen it working on my own page. I have not bought any followers. I have not sponsored any ads. I have not boosted any post. I actually do not even know how to boost any post on LinkedIn. So the numbers are 100% organic.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to attempt to answer some of the questions that were asked at the very beginning. And then we can call it a night. So somebody asked about salary negotiation. What I would say is you want to visit my YouTube channel, Joan the Career Coach. There's a very good video that I've done. I did it with Angie Obwaka on salary negotiation, and it is very detailed. I think it's my most watched video on YouTube. Please look for it and watch it, and you're going to get very many tips on how to negotiate for salaries. But what I want to say is the number one is you need to learn the art of negotiating. And this is going to be true for when you're negotiating your salary, for a job, or even if you start your own business and you're trying to negotiate how much you need to be paid. You need to learn the art of salary negotiation. It cannot be that you go for an interview and they ask you, what is your expected salary? And you have no number. They ask you, what is your salary expectation? You say, mimi mnipatie kitu yoyote ndachukua. When they ask you how much you want, you say, you just tell me. You need to learn the art of salary negotiation. There's so many people who are earning half of what their peers are earning because they've never negotiated a salary at a single day of their lives. So you're currently being paid half of what you need to be paid just because you've never asked. In fact, there are so many hiring managers today who are going to tell you the reason why I underpay this person is because they've never asked for a raise. And you think your hiring manager is going to come and tell you, I think now it's time for us to give you a raise. Hardly ever will they tell you, or will they add your salary if you do not ask. So many of us are being underpaid. Many of us have been underpaid for years because we did not negotiate our salaries from the get-go. And the unfortunate bit is, if you do not negotiate your salary from the get-go, it's going to be very difficult for you to catch up years later. So you do your homework and find out how much are your peers being paid, because you might actually faint. Find out the people who are in my industry and they're doing what I do with my education and years of work experience. How much are they earning? Because you need to be very concerned if you graduated, if you finished high school with somebody and you went to campus with the same people and you did, maybe you did not do the same degree, but even then you did a degree in this and they did a degree in that, and both of you have been working for the past 5 years. If they're earning 5 times, surely you will not ask yourself some questions, and more so now if they're even in your same industry, you will not ask yourself questions. So we need to learn the art of salary negotiation. We must. Winnie was asking about finding opportunities. So I'm going to highlight certain places, certain job portals that I know work. And if you've never used them, you probably need to go and look for them. Number 1, Summit Recruitment and Search. Summit Recruitment and Search. Summit, SUMMIT. They normally have jobs, I think, every day, and their jobs are legit. I can vouch for them 100%. Summit Recruitment and Search. And then My Job Mag. I think they're based in Kenya, Nigeria, and maybe some other countries. They also have legit jobs. My Job Mag. Google Jobs. So Google has a platform like LinkedIn where you can find jobs. And you can search jobs using salary, using location, using industry. So I also love it. And the jobs therein are also legit. Google Jobs. Then I'm sure we've all heard of Fuzu. I'm sure we've all heard of Brighter Monday. But my best place to look for jobs, of course, other than LinkedIn. LinkedIn is also a very perfect platform. If you've never used LinkedIn to try and look for opportunities, you must just go on LinkedIn. Many organizations that post there are 95% of them are legit. You won't find funny jobs on LinkedIn being posted. But my favorite is, you want to write down the list of organizations that you want to work for and let your mind go wild. Don't put there as one of the organizations that you want to work for is Kamau and Sons, surely. So let your mind go wild and ask yourself, which organization would you want to work for? World Bank, MasterCard Foundation, Google, IBM, Cisco, like the big organizations. Put them down, then go into their career portals and see what jobs are available and apply directly in the job portal. So applying directly into the organization career portal is my best case scenario. You can use these other places, but then applying directly into the organization career portal, you're going straight to the source. That is the best. Someone else has asked how to answer what are your weaknesses. So when we ask you what are your weaknesses or what are your areas of development, what we are testing is your emotional intelligence. When we ask what are your weaknesses, what are your areas of development, the question that we are really asking without asking is, are you emotionally intelligent? Because highly emotionally intelligent people know what their areas of weaknesses are. And not only are they aware of their areas of weaknesses, but there are certain things that they are doing to ensure that these weaknesses are not standing in the way of them performing their jobs well. Please mute your mic. Please mute your mics. So you want to give a weakness. You want to give a weakness that is authentic, but then also this weakness, you cannot give a weakness that is going to be that is going to mean that you have shot yourself in the foot. So like if you're applying for a admin position, you cannot say that one of your weaknesses is that you struggle with organization, for example. So it needs to be authentic, but it cannot be a weakness that is going to mean that you have shot yourself in the foot. But most importantly, after you've given your weakness or after you've given your area of development, you want to say, what are you doing to ensure that this area of development is not standing in the way of you performing your job well? So I think I'm going to take maybe 2 more questions and then I'll hand it back to the host. Maybe the host can take over.
I had asked one in the chat group. Sorry, in the chat about the statistics for LinkedIn jobs. What would you comment about the percentage of people who get jobs through LinkedIn?
I don't know if this is Diana. I don't know. Are you asking about the premium LinkedIn, or are you asking how many people get jobs through LinkedIn?
Yes, in general.
Oh
I
my
think mine
goodness.
is an anecdotal observation. I think I only know one person in my network who has been successful. So I think personally, it's made me lose a lot of faith in terms of looking for a job through LinkedIn.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I mean it's thousands and thousands of people are hired on LinkedIn every day. But like let's not even talk about the people out there. Personally, all the jobs I've gotten that I've gotten the most money have been through strangers on LinkedIn, people who have not, I don't know personally, I'm not networked in any kind of way. They just saw my profile, they reached out and they offered like, job X and Y. And not just me, there are people who've gotten jobs abroad, they've gotten remote jobs. They're like, I know of so many people. So as I said in the beginning, every day your profile is not updated. Every day you're not uploading anything on LinkedIn. It's every day that you're losing money that you would have potentially gotten if you got an opportunity through LinkedIn. So so many people, like I cannot even count. Someone is asking about, is the LinkedIn Premium worth it? I would say no, especially if you're not a recruiter. So the LinkedIn Premium is useful for a recruiter because sometimes when you're looking for talent, you want to be able to inbox somebody even if you're not connected to them. But right now, I think it's over 12K getting that premium. Yet, if you do what I'm telling you to do to optimize your profile, constantly updating, putting out content, commenting on other people's profiles, ensuring your profile is 5-star LinkedIn. Sorry, it's a 5-star LinkedIn profile. These things are free, and yet they are more effective. I can tell you this for free. What I'm telling you to do is more effective than having a premium. Because you see, when you're job searching or when you're job hunting, it's like dating. You always want to ensure that the man, in a dating relationship, the man needs to approach the woman and not the other way around. Every time you take yourself, you present yourself to a man, I think the first thing they'll ask is, what is wrong with this person? Or even think about in the jungle. Like if an antelope was to approach the lion and take itself, the lion might probably not approach and not approach it because the first thing they'll think is this thing poisoned? Like, have you been sent to kill me, or what's going on here? So even in the job searching space, you always want the recruiter or the hiring manager to reach out to you and not the other way around, as much as possible. Are there times when if you reach out to the hiring manager and recruiter, you'll end up getting the job? Yes, but that's the exception and not the rule. You always want to ensure you're putting yourself in a situation whereby you're being hunted and you're not the one hunting. So having the premium gives you access, like you can be able to inbox a recruiter or a hiring manager, but you do not want that because the first thing they're going to ask themselves, this person, it doesn't sound good. It's not a good thing. personally, like even when I do recruitment, I want to be the one to hunt for talent. I don't want the talent to come looking for me. If it comes looking for me, I ask myself many questions, and not just me, many recruiters and hiring managers. So you want to ensure you're putting yourself in a situation whereby you're going to be seen and not the one now to approach the hiring managers and recruiters. And the premium gives you the access or gives you now an opportunity to approach, but then you see it's already wrong to begin with. So I only advise you to have premium LinkedIn if you are a recruiter, or if you're in HR, or if you're someone who is looking for talent, like you're looking for people to hire, but not as a job seeker. I hope it's clear. Win is asking, so no job postings exclusive to the premium? Absolutely not. The only thing you get is now you can inbox a recruiter, but there's no, all the jobs everyone sees without premium, they're the same jobs you see. There's nothing else that is special about getting the LinkedIn premium, and that's why it's not worth it. So thank you very much, guys, for having me. Thank you so much, Rotary Jabali, for inviting me. Such an honor and a privilege, and I hope the information has been beneficial. Please go to my YouTube channel. There are so many videos I've done on attending interviews, how to answer some frequently asked interview questions, and just general questions around your career. And I know it's going to be beneficial. Thank you so much, and have a blessed night.
You very much. And just before you leave, I'd like to invite Job to give us.
Thank you so much, President of the Day, Ben. Can you confirm that you can hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. So I'd like to thank Joan when I approached her to come and share with us her insights on personal branding and career development. She was receptive, and she has come and she has provided insights that I believe will be useful for all of us. Anapeana pia services venye amewamentionia za kuandikia watu CVs, kuandikia hiyo profile ya LinkedIn. Unaweza muona kando ya tent hapo hivi atakusort. Joan, thank you so much for accepting our invitation. Yeah, and we hope to stay in touch. Back to you, Ben.
Thank you very much. It was a very insightful session. I've also posted her YouTube and some of the job websites on the comments. You can have a look at that, as well as registering for this meeting, so that you can be able to invite you to future meetings. We'll go next to announcements. So if there's any director of visiting clubs with announcements, the floor is yours. We'll start with Jabali itself. Mr. Eric, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Joan, for the informative session that you have had for us. Bona President, thank you. So I'll just be very quick. This is to everyone. Now, we are having a tree planting activity at Ensonorua. For those who are non-Jabarians, Ensonorua is one of the schools that we as Jabari support. So we'll be having a tree planting activity on the 10th. The poster will be out. And also we shall be gifting the children as they prepare to start on their exam. So that one is going to happen on the 10th. And also we are going to have some need assessment as we prepare for the future projects, which will be the school fencing, and also in the long term, we want to do a borehole and also to do some farming. Just to confirm, Mr. President, is the 10th of next month, not the next 10th that is coming. So everybody prepare. It's on Mazingira Day. So I believe most of us will be free and available. Let's go and interact with the children. We have already done the communication with the school. So the children will be available and also the community will be available. That's all from me. Thank you, Ben, for the time, and do have a fantastic evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other director with any announcements as we go to SA? Let's see. Any announcements? Any other announcements outside Jabali from any other club? Then once. Thank you. We'll go into the SA. We will be led by our SA. I can see she's not online, so I will pick who? I will pick who? Fanny. Hi, Fanny. Sandra, are you available? Are you at a position to speak? Sandra is not Sandra. Vicky. Okay, I'll lead the essay. So, essay is a session in Rotary whereby we give happy dollars or sad dollars. Basically, it's more of a fundraising activity. As you know, Rotary is a non-governmental organization, and we do projects, and these projects are funded by such fundraising activities. So again, the floor is opened for the happies and sad dollars. Our dollar conversion is 100 bob per dollar. So you're free to do as $1 to $100 upwards. You can put it in chat. The details are on the screen. You can put it in chat. You can unmute.
Ben, maybe I can start. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Thanks, Ben, President of the Day. Two happy dollars from me. One for the great insights especially on the LinkedIn profile building, and secondly on our speaker was great. When I shared a post on my timeline, I got so many. These are very, we call it small world. Someone told me, how I do our nails. I was a classmate. I was what? Then I was like, wow. It was just, there was a lot of traffic from the poster when I posted on my WhatsApp stories. And it's a small world, really, yeah. And just, I forgot, there's a small announcement. Our IPP guy will be doing the induction ceremony for Rotary Club of Nazarene this coming Saturday. It will be good to, cheer our president mwenye amepumzika kwa kazi, give him company market Jabali. If guys are available, the poster was shared in the group. Thank
you. Mr. Not Mr. Sorry, Miss Eva, President-elect.
Good evening, family and friends of Rotary. I'm happy tonight for this conversation we've had about branding, CV writing, and LinkedIn profile. I have learned a lot, so I'm happy about that. I was actually about to send my CV somewhere today, and I'm very happy I did not send it before editing it.
Anyone else?
Ben, I think, sorry, my mic was not working. That's why I couldn't hear me. So $2 happy, one for the amazing session we had. And one I'm finding myself for, you have called me twice. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, good. Okay. 2 people to close the apps. Yes, Mr. Rukwaro.
Thank you. Hope everyone can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Yes, I have $3 happy for a fantastic session. I think some of my referees will have to have a very difficult conversation with them, but I mean, we are moving with the time. And then $2 more happy for my 2 friends who were gracious enough to accept the invitation and come and listen, Anne and Caroline. Thank you so much for attending. Hope to see you a lot more. Thank you.
Thank you. We go to Madam Diana. So before Diana speaks, any other Rotary clubs that are in attendance? Just give me your names on the chats so that we can recognize you as we are ending this. Diana, floor is yours.
Thank you. So my name is Diana Kaburu. I prepare Rotary Club of Thika and a Rotary Peace Campaign Chair. So glad to be here. I have 2 happies. So 1, obviously, for being here, and 2 for the guest speaker. I feel like your club always has amazing guest speakers, and I always learn so much every time I pop in. I don't know why I don't do it more often, but this is also a wake-up call to me to make sure I'm always in meetings because I learn so many things every time. Ni hayo kwa sasa. Thank you.
Asante. Do you have anyone to close for us? Let's see. Cool. I can close it off also with 2 happies. It has been an insightful session. And as Rukwaro said, I used a lot of time also to source for my referees, but to Amana Skundef. Yeah, that's from me. So we can close on that session. And we finally come to the end of the meeting. I'd like to give a toast. So in recognition to the Rotary and Rotaract clubs present, that's Rotary Jabali and Rotaract Thika. There was another Rotaract club. There were 12. Unmute and say the club names. If you are present, we recognize your clubs.
Rotaract Club of Ad River.
Nairobi Parkland.
So Rotaract Club of Parklands and Rotaract Clubs of the River. To Rotary world over. Asanteni sana. As stated, I was president for the day, and my presidential linear has now ended. So President Emmanuel Terrer, I hand over the presidency to you now.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ben. You led very well. I just opened my video so that people can see me. My name is Emmanuel Kikwach Terrer, President Rotary Jabali, the current year. I'm very happy that today's meeting was a success. I guess we recorded the highest number of attendance since the year started, sorry. That is, we had like 55. Good job to the Speaker Secretary, to the publicity team, to our members for inviting guests, and to Ben for leading us today. And our first physical meeting, physical activity will be next month, as Eric has mentioned. It will be a holiday, so perfect time for us to meet to do something. We said we are a dependable family, to do something on our signature project that is in Sonorua. To be more of mentorship to the kids, tree planting being the main thing, coinciding with our Mazingira Day. And also, I think there was a government call that they are planning to do 1 million or 1 billion trees. I don't know which one of their promises in the next 5 years. So in our own small ways, we are also working to achieving that in Sonorua in our own small count. And the dress code for the day is Jabali merchandise. Karibu nimeongeza N. So guys, get a cape, a t-shirt, a wristband, a hoodie, whatever has Jabali. I guess that is all we have for now. In case there are any special requests, you can let Ben know which merchandise you need. And it will be good to see all of you. I hope the airports will be working. We'll want to attend. And what else? Yeah, I guess there are some people still on call whom I don't know if, Ben, you had given them a chance to speak. There are new names never seen or heard of in our meetings. Jessica, say hi if you're still around. Jamal. Hi, Jessica, go. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
I'm just glad to be here and looking forward to much, much more. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamal. And then I think we'll end with Fiona Kameri. Ben, you will correct me if you had given. I'm fine. And you?
Great. My name is Jamal. I came as a guest, having seen this popping on LinkedIn from Joan, and that's why I organized to join. I strongly believe it was helpful. It has given me some things to proceed. Some of them I knew, but a bit also to realign and improve. I think it was great. I will proceed to learn more on Rotary Jabali from tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Follow us on our pages, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. We have all as they appear on the screen. We also have a website. And last but not least, Fiona. Hi, Fiona. All right. Austin?
Just before Austin, Mary, you can do the thing.